Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get him, I got him, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, got them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been duck dog, getting in my new merch, colored duck sauce on the new couch with my Chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a Hawkeye on the ball cat, get the out of my face.
Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
What it is. What it is. What it is, fam. How y'all doing? Another live stream. Look, how has it been for you? On all levels of gig work. How has it been for you? Now, I know things have changed. I know things have gotten rocky. I know. But what did you do to change the outcome of the trash experience that you have been going through? How has it been for you? What's up, everybody that's watching now, watching on the replay? My name is UDM. Like, some of you may know me or may not know me, right? Just depends on if you subscribed or not. But how has it been for you on a serious note? I've heard a lot of complaints. I've heard a few people, not a few. I've actually seen a lot more people taking the initiative of actually moving into doing things for themselves versus relying on gig apps. Even if they still use the gig apps, it's nothing against using the gig app. Let's rewind there for a second. I'm gonna give some shout outs. But in 2025, or I should say August of 2025, or maybe July of 2025, when all the shit hit the fan, it's almost like working a gig app became this bad thing. But it's not. Even if for years people have been saying, oh, get a real job. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, it's like, it's been so trash working these platforms. It's like, why the hell do you do that? That's the type of trash that I'm talking about. But there are opportunities that you can gather or you can get from any of these gig apps, as long as you're patient enough to find those opportunities. Now, I don't know how many of you out there are doing DoorDash for 12 to 18 hours a day. But if you are, and you don't mind sharing, put how much you earn in that amount of time. in the comment section of this live stream or on the replay or in the chat right now. I want to know how you're doing. How are you? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are seeing gig work as a not so viable option anymore, to the point where it's just not freaking worth it. But what is your next step? What are you doing? If you're not doing gig work, I know multi-apping is key. A lot of drivers are going to multi-app. They're going to multi-app catering apps. They're going to multi-app DoorDash with Uber Eats and Grubhub and any apps. But has anything changed for you? Anyway, let's get to the chat here. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Let's say what's up to a few people here. For all those that thought that I was going to be late, I'm not pointing no elbows. I'm here and on time. What's up, Bubba Sue? What's up, Crystal Clear? Sean Marquette. If he on time, the playlist can't breathe. Okay, all right. All right, T-Ron. What's up, T-Ron? Screech. What's up? It's been rough for you. Today was hot. We had a bit of an overcast at one point. Today, was football day for all the parks and stuff. So we had a slight bit of an overcast, but it wasn't really. It was hot. It was in between. At some points, the sun was beaming down, and then at some points, we had the clouds blocking the sun. So it worked out. But I don't know what your side of the town was looking like. But let's see. Let's get back to this. I fixed my DoorDash experience by going back to platinum. That is something you don't hear on a daily. I'm not laughing at you, but that took me from left. I'm like, wait, what? But I fixed my DoorDash experience by going back to platinum. Screech, you're going to have to call in and share what the heck you mean by that, even if I'm still not platinum. Hold on, we'll get into it. Johan, 10 out of 10. Good evening, all. What's up, man? All right, slow week due to the holiday. Due to the holiday? It's slow? I would think it would ramp up with like catering because of the holiday. Damn. What's up, Lisa? 6 to 12, me personally. Okay. Jimmy Denson, how you doing, man? Hell no. 12 hours I run the apps, usually 300. Oh, that's actually not too bad. If you work 12 hours a day and you make it 300 running multiple apps, 300, unless in your market. We're not going to go there, bro. All right. Lisa says, so far I'm at 107.17 for the week on door. Yeah, I got jokes today. All right, Joshua Price says, DoorDash is so oversaturated. How can anyone make real money off of it anymore? Screech! You got questions that need to be answered. All right, $80 on DoorDash today for about 5.5 hours. I guess based on what I know about what you've shared with me in your market, it hasn't. That's not too bad at all, for real. JP says, yeah, in this market, if you aren't platinum, you make no money. Damn. Tyler says, DoorDash with platinum and Top Shopper combined is where the money is currently on the platform. About 75% of orders are shop and pays. Okay. Last week of summer, everyone is on vacation and school starts on Tuesday. So it's been a slow. Okay, all right. So look. So obviously, hold on. Let me just read this. Josue, catering this past week has been hella busy in Houston. Okay. So let me ask you, is catering your primary now and food delivery apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub a secondary? Or is DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub still a primary and catering is a secondary? Just put which one is a primary for you in the chat right now or in the comments as you watch. There's a reason why I'm asking. But Lisa says, I'm platinum and still making no money on DoorDash. Well, damn. Not good. Not good at all. Right? JP says the shoppings is the big money maker nowadays on DoorDash. Tyler says, bruh, it was 105 with all that's all sun. What? And no clouds over here. We took all your clouds. I'll take them. All right? My big ass forehead is burnt. Hey, what's up, DM Bill? How you doing? Johan Lopez. Catering is primary. Okay. Now. See, this is where we're going to go here. Hold on. Catering is primary. Catering is now primary. DoorDash is primary. Okay. Catering. Okay. Old boy 700 says gig workers need to stop focusing on gross income. Net income is most important. Man, old boy, you've been preaching that for years. And I guess you're going to keep pushing it, right? Bubba Sue says catering is primary. Carniface says right now about 50-50. And catering is primary for Lisa. And Spark, second. And the food apps. So, let's get this off the screen. All right, so look. Here's the reason why. It's because a lot of people seem to be fed up. Capital F bomb. Fed up with food delivery apps. And a lot of them are transitioning over to catering delivery apps. But at the same time, because of the recent changes with the catering delivery apps, it's like, even if some people are having a better experience, it's like people want to do more for themselves now, based on the people I've had conversations with. I'm not saying I've conversed with people all over the country. No, it's just more of a fully independent driver that wants to do it for themselves because they see an opportunity. And I'm not going to hold anybody back, but there are challenges in that. And I hope you're prepared for the challenges, not just thinking that someone at some restaurant that maybe manages it or they own the restaurant or whatever. Don't think that a person is just going to walk, just when you start to talk to them and say, hey, I could be, we could partner and then I'll do all your catering deliveries. Don't think for 1 second that's going to be an easy task. That's not going to be easy at all. But I think some drivers may feel that it's easy. And I'm doing this because it's in the mind, right? If you think it's easy, it's not. It's not. But if you stick with it, an opportunity might open up. So the thing is, when you have catering delivery and you see how lucrative that can be, you start to build relationships. It's like you then want to transition over to doing something for yourself. And that was the last conversation we had. But at the same time, though, I'm not hearing much of DoorDash in those conversations that I'm having with drivers that don't even have a catering delivery company or any kind of delivery company already established or anything. It's like DoorDash has become the back burner. Like, hey, going back there. Hey, DoorDash used to be the primary for a lot of drivers, and it still is the primary as far as the YouTube conversations go. But at the same time, it's like DoorDash is like secondary for a lot of drivers. And the videos that I've seen online seem to be pushing that narrative of, man, like DoorDash is just ass. It's like DoorDash, Uber Eats is, I've heard Uber Eats is ass for a long time. But it's like DoorDash is now taking that title of ass a lot more than Uber Eats. And drivers are focusing more on the catering side of things and then transitioning over into trying to build something for themselves. I just hope whoever decides to take that lane of building something for themselves, hey, listen, that is not an easy road, but at the same time, go at it, have at it, especially being the one in your market. I just had a conversation with a company, the owners of a company that has locked down a marketplace or having a marketplace for customers to order from, just like an Easy Cater. And these guys are awesome, but they've been at it for 20 plus years. Even before, like they said this was like before any of the apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats. They were like, I'm like, what made you think about that then? And they were like, it just hit us. And it's basically a father-son company. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But all in all, it just seems like DoorDash is now a secondary app. And is it even worth it anymore to turn on DoorDash? Look, I know orders are out there. And I know anything you put your time and effort into, you can find benefits in it. Like, look at what old boy said. It's like, stop focusing on. Let me go put it back. I gotta put it back because old boy. I know what old boy is coming from, right? Old boy is coming from a different a different way of thinking, and most drivers do not think as old boy does. All right, so old boy put gig workers need to stop focusing on gross income, which is the total, in case you don't know. And net income is most important. Let me just put this up here for y'all to see. Like, please don't get on my case about this, but I still have not done any DoorDash. I move this over. All right, you see it's still 64% acceptance rate, 97 completion. Last 30 days is 0, 4.95 customer rating. The thing is like, it's not that I don't want to finish that challenge that I put on myself. It's more of I don't even have any pep in my step to do it. It's like the experience is ass. And that I can agree with on a very high level. It's not that the shopping isn't worth it. I know. I experienced the shopping. It's just, it's almost like asking yourself the question of, why am I doing this? Is it because I'm experimenting? And yeah, it is for an experiment. But it's like it became a secondary, the entire experiment became a secondary because I'm like, man, I know my experience is going to be ass. Now, if I didn't sit on my ass for 3 hours while trying to get to 70% acceptance rate, waiting for DoorDash to send me an order, then I may have had a different way of looking at it. But sitting on my ass for 3 hours and not get a single order? Why would a person want to put themselves through that? Like, I don't even mind the $2, the $3, the $4, the low ball. But as long as them shits keep coming through, to keep me busy, to keep raising my acceptance. But sitting on my ass for 3 hours, that traumatized me. So it's like, it's almost like, man, I'm like, I got to finish this. I got to finish this. I'm trying to motivate myself. Man, you got to finish this, man. You said you were going to do something. You got to finish it. 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 But I'm putting other things ahead of it. Like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get to it. It's almost like when you was back in school and saying, man, I got this big project that's due in a month. So I'm going to do it like, I'm going to get to it until the night before the damn project is due. That's when you really like stay up all night and trying to finish off your project. Well, I don't know if y'all did that, but I did. So it's like, man, I want to get back to doing DoorDash, but it's just now become a third. It's not even a secondary for me. It's like it's way back. So how has it been for you? I'm also testing the waters to see how it's been for you so I could then maybe decide, oh, man, turn your app back on. Let's get back to this chat here. It's been bad. I know for me, it's been terrible. All right, so let's get to the chat here. JP says, catering used to be a primary. It's hella dead. I switched to DoorDash as primary. How has it been? Josue says, catering has been primary since DoorDash and Uber Eats has slowed down. Okay. Tyler Thurston says, boy, do I got a banger for you. Well, call in. The lines are open if you wish to call in. Matter of fact, let me put that in the chat right now. But WM says, after a 4-month wait, I'm now on Delivered as of today. I've been on Zifty for a few weeks. As for Deliver That, I'm still no offers and quietly fired like Milton in Office Space. I'm not laughing at you. I promise I'm not. All right. So hold on. We got somebody calling in. Hold on.
Hello.
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 How art thou?
Thou ist horrendous.
Horrendous. So, okay. So, John, I got to ask you. Why platinum?
Okay, so during summer slowdown, I did the Uber Eats thing, and getting into platinum, diamond, whatever the third tier was phenomenal. And then school started, and Uber Eats just died.
It just died?
Like, yeah.
Skip
like night and day. Like a nuke went off, and there was no more Uber Eats anywhere. And if you found one, it was like 37 miles for $4.
Say what?
Yeah, I had.
No. Do you have the screenshot?
I wish I did.
I wouldn't keep it either. It would be taking space in my in my trash bin. But okay,
like there were some horrible ones. Like, and it's like, well, okay, it's a pizza place, and it's like, part of me is like, and then it's like, no, because you're going to be out here for a couple more hours, so it's not worth it. Like, if it had been going home, I may have risked it.
Okay. Now, remember the conversation I had with the Nola Grind, and he said something about the reason why people go for platinum or something like that. I forgot how he set it up, but it's because they just want to be platinum. They want to have that title of platinum. Remember that?
No, I missed a couple of live streams because I've been working.
All right, no problem. So it's like, I may be explaining it wrong, right? But it's like, achieving platinum isn't something to really get the best of the best. It's just people want to feel like the best of the best. So they go for the
title.
They go for the title of platinum. That's why they go for it. It's not necessarily a better experience, but because they have that title, they can say, "Oh, I'm platinum." It's almost like going to a party and say, "Hey, you can have the finger food like the cheese." Wait, what would be served? The hors d'oeuvres, right? But
yeah,
at a high end party, it may be what? Caviar, right? But on a mediocre, it might be some cheese with some ham with a toothpick or whatever it might be.
I was gonna say, like, I'm used to the little ham slice with the Ritz cracker.
Exactly, right. So that's the middle level. On the low end, it might be some prunes with peanut butter, right? So anyway, So let me ask you, is it the title or is it really that better of an experience versus gold in your market?
So I haven't been at home in the market I usually talk about. I've been
Okay.
in Fort Myers because of summer slowdown. Uh, I was gold, I was silver because I said, you know what? I'm not going to try and do platinum because I'm doing the Uber Eats thing. It's been doing well. So I was a hardcore cherry picker. And when I could get on, it was also Spark was behaving. I wish they would make up their mind, but that's besides the point. So I was hardcore cherry picking and like I was getting nice orders like go to Sprouts, shop for an hour, and you're getting paid $60.
Oh, is that platinum or is that
That
above
that was
gold?
that was a gold.
Okay, that was
Uh,
gold.
that was gold on that one, and I
Okay.
was getting like go do this one for like $25 for 10 miles, but it's like I'd be lucky if I got one or two dashes or orders, I should say, a day if I
Mm-hmm.
could even get on the platform.
All right. So look. Okay. The reason why I'm having this conversation with you right now is because it's not about platinum. It's about how has it been for you, right? So it's like it's more of like if you're achieving your goals, right? Whatever that goal is, and it's because of platinum or is it because of gold? Whatever it is, you're doing DoorDash again and it's getting you to your goal, right? But my thing is, are you still as interested in DoorDash as you were? What year did you sign up? 21, 23? Which one?
23.
23, right? Are you still as interested in DoorDash, turning it on? It's not about the fun anymore, but just are you still as interested in DoorDash as you were back in 23?
Yeah,
There's something about it that makes you smile.
I get to meet people, which I mean, you get to do that on all of them, but uh, with Uber Eats for me, it's always the same like few places. I don't go anywhere new, but like with DoorDash, it's like I learned about Sprouts, I learned about the fresh market in my area, I learn about this restaurant or that restaurant, and I do this, and I have found a lot of places that I never knew about or have been to because of DoorDash. And like I was up in Northport not too long ago, and there was a couple places I'd never heard of there, and it's like I didn't know this place existed.
So it's not about the money situation. It's more about the experience that you have dashing.
Yeah,
And you
I
don't
mean the
get the
money's
same thing with the, is it the volume for catering or is it the experience?
uh so I still am lucky if I get catering orders, like they
So
pop
it's
up
the
here and
volume,
there.
is the
It
volume.
for yeah, if catering was more lucrative for me,
Mm-hmm.
it would probably be the main. Like I still
Yeah.
prioritize it when I get one. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do. I start my day off with that, and then I'll do DoorDash or Walmart in between, depending on how much time there is. If I get one, because like I've been lucky when I get one, I tend to get a second one for that day too.
Now, here's the thing. Like, look at what JP said. It's not a want. It's because you get more orders. I truly believe, I truly believe you do get more orders, right?
Yeah,
But the money that you make is what you take.
yep.
Do you disagree with what I'm saying?
No, and it's simply because today I had an order that was at paper value. On paper, it was lucrative. The mileage was decent. The restaurant I knew was typically good. I just didn't want to go where it was going, so I shut it down.
So,
And because I shut it down, I ended
mhm.
up with an even better offer.
So when I say the money that you make is what you take is because like even if you are sold on you have more orders now, there's no way to actually measure that between the gold and platinum tier on DoorDash. because you get, to me, the flow of orders are the same between the two tiers.
No.
I live in a busy market.
You do. But now, as somebody in both markets, I've experimented with this. I make the same amount of money on gold as I do on platinum in both markets. The problem is there's a lot more dead time on gold than there is on platinum. So when you move to platinum in these markets, you're going to stay busier. You're going to get more orders, but they might be worth less money.
So that's what I'm getting at. Is it busier, or like you said, the dead time, right? Is that dead time actually bad time? Is it like sitting on your ass for 3 hours and waiting for an order? I gotta laugh at that. That experience was trash. But anyway, is it that much of a dead time in between gold and platinum?
It depends on where you're at. Definitely.
So you said you experimented with this. How did your experiment go? Like, how did you experiment it? Was it the same Monday, same time, two different tiers? Like, how did you go? How did you track all of this?
So I've been a platinum dasher most of the time that I've dashed since the tier system finally came out. So I had a lot of experience in Fort Myers, and I've had a lot of experience at home. And then there were times where I got real sick and I just couldn't keep that 100 orders up. So I became a gold dasher, and I've done it here in LaBelle. And it was like, I'd sit there for like an hour or two, but oh, boom, I get the $25, $30 shop order. And then I sit for an hour or two, and then boom, I get the $30 pizza order.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I did 3 orders for the day and made my almost $100. Whereas I'd have been constantly moving all day and still made that $100 if I had been platinum in LaBelle. In Fort Myers, it's drastically different because you really don't know what's going to happen. I can go to the same spot where the restaurants are that I like to be on platinum and get nothing, and then hit gold and get all of them. And it's just, I think the market's a little too sprung out to really see what's what on paper.
I believe DoorDash and Uber Eats know exactly what they're doing, which is why Uber Eats followed in DoorDash's footsteps with the tier system. I believe, all right, so look, there's somebody else may have mentioned this already, but I truly believe that dead time in your mind is not really dead time. It's time for you to receive an order that is probably more lucrative than having less dead time. Does that make sense? I don't want to confuse anybody here.
Say that again.
All right, so the dead time makes us feel like we're not making money, right? Well, I'm going to speak for myself. Me sitting on my ass for 3 hours. Me sitting on my ass for 3 hours made me feel like, damn, this was trash. Ain't no way I want to do this ever again. What does that make me do? It made me want to gain more priority because I felt like I was not being productive. So in between the two tiers of platinum and gold, there may not be that much of a difference in dead time as far as the offers that you want to see, right? The dead time that you experience on gold, you might get $2, $3, $4 or $5 on DoorDash to keep you busy, and there's less dead time. But that dead time is actually not bad time. It's just you feel like you're not being productive, or I would feel like I'm not being productive. So I'm like, man, I want more access to orders so I could feel more productive. But when I'm actually at platinum and I'm getting $2, $3, $4, $5 offers that are completely trash to me, I may consider to decline those because I'm like, man, I'm platinum. You better send me something better. Did I confuse you even more?
No, I see what you're saying now. And that is something that I feel everybody who truly wants to succeed with the tier program, like inside the tier program, need to realize that you're going to be getting more and more of those $2, $3, $4, $5 orders. Now the mileage is going to be usually better, 1, 2, 3 miles, at least in my experiences, all across Northern Florida now.
No, I don't doubt what you're saying. I don't doubt it at all. Okay? Especially when you said $80 in like 5.5. I don't doubt what you say at all, right? It's the theory behind the tiers, right? Like, look at what JP said. With platinum, I admit they give you close by orders back to back to back. Silver and gold, you can do an order and sit for 20 minutes to receive something. Now, how do you know? Like, every story I've heard about someone dancing between platinum and gold, they always have a better money experience or earning experience with gold versus platinum. They have they feel more productive with platinum because they're getting more orders or they're seeing more orders, no matter what the payout is showing up front. But with gold, it's almost like that happy place between, hey, I don't have to accept everything. Hey, I could decline some things. Yes. It's that happy place in between there. So if you can dance between the two, it's a better experience for you financially. And if you're willing to sit for 20 minutes, even if I don't feel it would be 20 minutes if you work the right daytime, location, all the above. But again, I don't even work your market, JP, so I can't speak for you. I can't, I'm just speaking for myself in my market. I don't believe that dead time is actually real. It's actually a psychological game like we've gone over before on this channel, but it's a psychological game to make you feel like you're not being productive. And that unproductive hour makes you feel like, damn, I'm sitting here and I'm not making money. And that is where DoorDash gets a whole lot of freaking props from me because of that psychological level of smartness that they try to apply. And then Uber, which has been known for getting over on their drivers for years, well over a decade now, right? If we really count in years, they follow in the footsteps of the one that leads in market share. So that silence was very loud, by the way.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to respond or not.
No, if you have a response, you can go ahead and respond.
No, I totally agree with you. And I do believe that for those that are able, for those that have, because I have limited capabilities, but for those that have the catering and are willing to put up with a little bit of DoorDash's bullshit, gold to me is the sweet spot.
Yeah. So platinum, going back to what the Nola Grind was explaining, so platinum is just the title then? Or is it the unproductive, the productive feeling of having platinum?
It's, for me, it's literally just the ability to dash now.
Oh, just to go that. See? Well, okay. Productive. To me, it falls under the umbrella of productivity.
Okay.
Just being productive. Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, because like I don't get a lot of catering,
mm-hmm.
and then Walmart doesn't play nice with me all the time. Like today, right. I got a good one for $60. Mm-hmm. That was in between that 5.5 hours. But so like, I'm not always guaranteed that good money on Walmart. I'm not always guaranteed the semi-good money in catering. Mm-hmm. Uber can't make up its mind. DoorDash is the one reliable thing I have, but I have to be able to use it whenever I'm not on the other ones. And being platinum allows that.
Okay, so look, if you are a platinum, if you are at a high level, this is not a conversation to make you. I'm not speaking to you, just you, John, but anyone. It's not to become defensive, right? At all. It's just more of like, is it really worth it being platinum if DoorDash is really not that great to many drivers across the board? Can you make money with DoorDash? You can, right?
Yeah.
You definitely can if you use it to your advantage, but is it really worth it like it used to be when you first signed up? You know, it's again, the beginning of this conversation was, damn, a lot of drivers are making DoorDash a secondary because catering, they've gotten accustomed to that, whether it's Expedite or Deliver That or Zifty or, you know, whatever other catering app that's out there. So it's like they get a piece of that experience. So they build relationships, and then it almost feels like, man, you know, let me try something for myself. I'm having more of those conversations, and I'm hearing less and less of the dashers that love DoorDash so much. Even what's his name? Vernon, I think that's his name. He's a content creator. He does DoorDash. Anybody know Vernon? I think that's his name.
Bueller.
Y'all gonna make me look it up. Really? I think his name is Vernon. Vernon Dasher? Vernon Thompson. I know I was, yeah. You know, he's a very positive dude, and you know, and like, look. The last, I don't know, I haven't watched the video, but like, let's say the last 3 weeks, stop dashing in dead zones. Do this instead for 200 plus days. I guess that's a positive video. But why I haven't been dashing a lot lately. Like, no dash day, part 4. No dash day, part 3. It's like, yo, it's like.
I think I've seen those.
But
I've seen those pop up.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have not watched the videos, right? I may have watched one of them, but it almost was like, I watched a few of his previous videos before the No Dash Day series, and I was like, oh, this dude is very positive, you know? Like, you know, I could see, like, you know, oh, man, you know, yeah, he goes out there, he knows how to, he tried to give out the tips and tricks and you know, and I'm like, okay, he's very positive. Then all of a sudden, kaboom, No Dash Day. Like, wait, what is this? It's almost like boycotting DoorDash, and he's been doing DoorDash. I think he got like 40,000 deliveries. I'm like, damn, or something like that. How many do you have?
Ratings.
40.
I have 3,097, and 745 of them are shopping.
UDM, even Vernon is looking at leaving the gig space for a W-2. After 40,000 deliveries?
That's because it's bad in some markets, or things have changed. Like, if I didn't live at home with mom and dad, I'd be fucked, even in the W-2 world.
I've also seen my experience change. I think that's what Amanda B meant, but for the better since becoming platinum. Becoming platinum from 0, well, when I say 0, I mean the lowest tier, or becoming platinum from gold. That's really what I'm going. That's the lane I'm taking here.
Now, so you know how it says in the ratings, hit platinum and get catering orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a bunch of quote unquote catering orders. And it's usually like they ordered 7 burgers, so it's considered a large order, so it's a catering order. No, I'm getting legit catering orders on DoorDash now.
Legit. But DoorDash is trying to corner that market in some kind of way. They working behind
Well,
the scenes.
I get that, but the thing is like other people, like just other people, nobody specifically. It's like, oh, there's no real catering orders on there, and it's like, well, maybe DoorDash is trying to come back. Like, no, I had a catering order where it was I had to.
Did I lose you?
Am I here?
There you go. I had a catering order where and then
Nope.
you just went silent.
I had a catering order for $50 going 2 miles.
Now, let me ask you this. You said you've been getting legit catering orders. How many of those have you gotten? The $50 catering order? Or paid
2 or
as
3.
well?
2 or 3.
As a platinum?
Yeah, I never saw them before then. And I've done pickups for that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I've done pickups for that same restaurant before as a gold and silver dasher.
Okay, so, all right. So, obviously, you received the priority that is promised. So, that dead time is actually rewarding, right? The dead time from gold is actually rewarding you as a platinum driver, right? So
If I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, yes.
I want to make sure you understand. So, from your perspective, since you've gone to that restaurant as a gold driver and you've never seen these catering orders, now that you are platinum and you've gotten a few of them already, you feel it's because it's the platinum. And if you were gold, you would not have seen that and experienced more dead time.
Yes.
You are confident you would not have seen those catering orders as a gold driver.
At this point in time, yeah.
The only thing, I'm not even challenging you here. The only thing I'm going to say is it's just crazy to me how majority of the drivers that I hear that go to platinum, I'm not saying they don't make more money. They definitely make more money, but I believe the money that they make comes from them taking more orders, right?
Agreed.
With the occasional large order that they might receive priority on. But technically speaking, the better experience from the conversation that I've had, the information I've gathered is a gold dasher would still make about the same or a few dollars less than a platinum dasher, or even more than a platinum dasher. Just depends on the time of day and location and all that stuff. So it's like, to me, the two is, one, you're going to definitely drive more. Remember that conversation that we had about taxes, about Nola Grind? Nola Grind was like, I don't really like to talk about it. But I was like, okay, as a platinum dasher, it may, this is not tax advice, by the way, but from my perspective, what I'm looking at it as is, as a platinum dasher, it may be more beneficial to me for my mileage. You get what I'm saying? Because you're definitely going to take more orders and you're probably going to make more money, but at the same time, you're going to drive a lot more for that platinum status. And if more money is what you want to make, of course, you do your thing. But the gold status, to me, is the more better experience status.
I agree with that.
It's not, and experience can be explained or defined as many different things, right? But the experience to me is about the time that I'm out on the road, the offers how long it takes me for me to get the offers that I receive, and the amount of money I make in the time that I'm out there as well. So if I'm not sitting still for a while, I just might go with gold versus platinum. Because at the end of the day, I'm hearing too many drivers say, yes, I'm platinum. I'm definitely making money with platinum. But my friend that is gold is making more money than me. And this is with Uber and this is with DoorDash. So it's very interesting to me how all of this thing is just it's just it's deteriorating the experience to some level, because if you get to platinum and you work your butt off to make the money you need to make, and you're not making the money you need to make, but you're driving excessively because you're actually trying to make money and not considering tax planning, right?
Right.
It turns into, man, I ain't making enough money. Then you try to do something else. And then that catering thing comes in. And then that conversation of, you know what, man, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. Man, I'm going to try to go do my own thing. And then you go out there and try to do your own thing. A lot more drivers are doing that because of the frustration. Now I'm going to ask you, didn't you consider doing your own thing once upon a time?
Oh, I'm still got a couple of things that I'm trying to do. Like,
Well, how did
like
you
the
get
problem,
there?
I saw opportunity in like the catering world, and I'm like, well, I'm a selfish son of a bitch, so I'm gonna try and take it away from everybody and make my own.
I can't blame you with that.
The problem right now is a lot of people don't want to take a risk off of, at least in my market that I'm seeing, according to what they tell me, is Deliver That has spoiled the relationships they've had with catering drivers, so they don't like any of the drivers with some of them, and they'd rather just hire somebody in-house to do it. They don't want to have a third party do it.
I know a lot of those conversations.
And the other one is, I didn't want to call her because it's dark 30 right now. But there's a lawn across the street that they just bought the land and put a random house in, and nobody's mowing the lawn. So I'm going to call the realtor and see what she's got going on.
So when I asked you, how did you get to this point, right? I understand that you said, I love the way that you described yourself, though. Go ahead, say it one more time.
Oh, I'm a greedy son of a bitch. I am Scrooge McFucking Duck.
Okay. All right. But the thing is, to me, there's some level of, you know how I felt when I explained the relationship I had with Deliver That, and I felt like the way that they did me was kind of like, damn, you know, it was like a slap in the face. It's like, why wouldn't you want to be loyal to, I know why you should not be loyal, but why wouldn't you want to be loyal to an experience, not a platform, but an experience that's actually a decent experience for you, and go out there and get more of a headache of doing it for yourself?
I heard what you said.
Your computer.
I got sick a week ago, and I've been having some brain issues since then.
You want me to repeat it?
Yes, please.
What I'm saying is, you're basically telling me you're having a decent experience with DoorDash as a platinum driver, right? But
Yeah.
you're also still considering going out there and doing your own thing. Is that the
Yes.
multi-apper in you that wants to juggle multiple things? Or is that the, man, I need to make more money and it's more lucrative on this side, let me get something going so I could then have to focus on that and that only, versus doing DoorDash?
I would say it's more the lucrative, because that speaks to the stability that I prefer. And if I can lock in things with other people, that means it's more stable and more guaranteed money. I know what's going to happen. And then I can throw that on the back burner if I need to. So absolutely, if I could get a restaurant or two or another house or two to give me a lawn every week, I'd say fuck DoorDash in a heartbeat and do that.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Now, this is not advice to anyone, not even you, John, but if you take it as advice, you know, that's not what it is, right? But one thing I've noticed, a lot of drivers that I've had this conversation with, or I have these conversations with, whether face-to-face or by phone, there is a small piece of the puzzle that is not being taken into consideration. So, when you decide that you are going to go and do something for yourself, you have to take this into consideration. Will you be available for that potential client if they become your client, even when something is great that's been offered to you through a platform that you currently use? Would you be willing to take that pay cut to service that client because you worked hard to get that client? Let's just say, what if a catering order came in at $200, but this person that you was actually trying to work your ass off and get them as a client, like, oh man, you're going to do this work for me. Boom. All right. You got your client. They are going to pay you $50 on your first job, but you got a $200 catering order. What you doing?
I'm taking my client.
You're taking your client. But a lot of people don't even consider. They don't consider the volume that would come from the client and the messed up time that it may come from the client when you actually have something great coming from a platform you didn't have to do any of that stuff for yourself. So it's like these conversations are coming up, but I truly feel that everyone has the opportunity to try something, but some go in with the wrong thought process. I don't know if they actually put all the thoughts into it, but it is definitely a better choice to go down the lane of entrepreneurship, doing it for yourself. But there's a lot more that you will learn that goes in with that. And it just depends on if you love it or if you don't. But if you are going to now say, John, you will definitely service your client, you'll take the $50 over the 200.
Yep. Every day.
But now, dead time with the platform that offered you 200 and the client that you serviced is not ordering, what do you do?
If the client's not ordering, I'm free on the market. I can take the other one. But if he's got orders coming to me, I'm turning the others down.
Dead time. The platform that you received that 200 on is now gone dead.
Oh, that platform too? Well, then we pivot.
Then you pivot. Okay.
We should have thought ahead.
Right.
Have some money hold away. Like,
right.
Not everything is guaranteed. And we know that as catering, gig drivers, stuff like that. Like, it's been 2 weeks. Well, no, I can't say it's been 2 weeks because I did get a stupid order on Deliver That today. $7 Pollo Tropical.
Which is a complete slap in the face, man. Ain't no way somebody should be paid $7 to then go and pick up an order and then go drop it off with the expectation of a possible setup. The extra work for setting it up and making sure it looks pretty. Like $7 freaking dollars. I don't even care if it's $100 order, man. No. Ain't nobody should no.
The order ain't even $100. It's a $35 order. It's a DoorDash order.
All right, so look.
But that's besides the point.
All right, look. The point of this conversation, I don't want to go too far left, too far right. I want to stay within the middle here. Okay? So the point of this conversation is because I asked the question of how is it going for you, right? If you have too much to juggle, then you may burn yourself out faster than sitting on your ass for 3 hours waiting on DoorDash.
Absolutely. And that's why I only do every day DoorDash and Spark.
I'm sorry.
because that's enough for me to maintain.
No, I
Because
get you.
once I add in Uber, I get flustered and frustrated, and then I want to play bumper cars on the road with these dumbasses.
I gotta laugh every time I say 3 hours because I can't believe I did that shit. I can't believe I did that.
I warned you it was the worst time to try and do that challenge.
But still, I was motivated to do it, and now the conversation is just like, wait, why am I doing this? Is it for entertainment purposes only, or am I experimenting? Like, what is the purpose of this? Is there money here, or on the other side? Is there really a pot of gold over there? Or am I just going to make $100 in 10 hours? Like,
I'm going to say this with all honesty. You, in my opinion, are at the worst part of the journey.
I've heard that so many times, and I know that to some extent, but I don't think it's better in terms of money. I truly feel the dead time, 3 hours sitting on your ass not getting anything, that dead time will be cut drastically. Now, what Johan put out there about the shopping, I experienced the shopping, and I don't mind just doing shopping orders, right? But the experience...
They won't let you do that.
Huh?
They won't let you do that.
What do you mean?
You can't turn off deliveries and leave just shopping on.
Yeah, I know.
It annoys me.
I know. But what I'm saying is, the shopping is what would motivate me to achieve platinum, because it's not about platinum and shopping. What I'm saying is, to achieve platinum, you have to basically take everything, right? But the more offers I have access to, the more likely I'll see a shopping order.
True.
So I'm looking for shopping orders through platinum. It's not that I'm looking for shopping, or I'm trying to be platinum. I would be looking for shopping through platinum. That would be the game plan. So I would probably do DoorDash if I get my stats up on the shopping side, right? I would probably do DoorDash on the days of the years or the holidays of the year where people are going to be shopping a lot, like maybe Thanksgiving or, even Christmas or, whatever other festivities that's out there, right? I would probably do a lot more shopping during that time. And that's when I would focus on DoorDash and shopping. But it's not for the platinum status.
Do you have Pro Shopper?
No. My shopper, my shopper, I'll tell you what it is.
Well, no, I mean, do you have like the Pro Shopper feature in your market?
Yes, I do. But I am 4 out of 6 to get my shopper status up.
Now, I could be wrong on this, but the way I understood it from reading the red and white of DoorDash is the shopping is now separate from the other BS. So if you're a pro shopper, you're more likely to get those shopping orders regardless whether you're no tier, platinum, gold, or silver.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making when I said that is I would be achieving platinum, right? But I'm trying to raise my shopper status. And the only way to do that is by doing more orders of shopping through DoorDash. But to gain access to more orders,
I see what you're saying.
I have to be platinum because I'm sitting on my ass for 3 hours.
I mean, in theory, yeah, you might as well make money since you got it. Yeah, okay, fair.
Yo, I don't want my experience to be yours at all. These hours and hours and hours that I've put in to just sit on my ass and not get anything. No.
I need to come out to you.
Hey, did you see what Tyler said? Not in my market or something. He can make 300 over there, but in my market it's different.
I mean,
I believe Tyler worked my market for like freaking a whole long day. I'm sorry.
I was in Tyler's market 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I was in his market for an hour and made $100.
Yo, but listen, Tyler was talking hot shit, man. He was talking like, yeah, man, I make money in your market too. He came here. He like, wait, shit's different here. Hey, he had to turn on Uber. He worked the whole day. And he only made, I think, like $250 or $200 or something like that, man. And I was like, see?
150 for me is a good day.
Nah, don't
no matter
get me
where
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I truly believe at the end of the day, people are going to do what's best for them. But a lot of drivers are not going in, like, I know they're sick of DoorDash's crap. And I can't blame them. Especially when
I can't either.
Especially when you're sitting on your ass for 3 hours, right? I can't stand that, right? I understand the psychology that they put into it, right? But that is causing a bad experience, which makes a dasher wants to look into some other things. They might multi-app, but if multi-apping isn't working, they might focus on catering, especially if catering is definitely a better experience. Because in the end, people just want to go out there and quit the goddamn games. Just let me make my money and go on about your business. Or I can turn this shit off and let me go home. It's like, we're grown. We ain't got time for all these games, man. Just let me make my money so I can go home, right? But we're talking about DoorDash and Uber. They're all about the games. So the thing is, at the end of the day, people will just want a better experience. They want to go out there to make money. And some of them are going down the lane of saying, hey, you know what? I'll go do this myself because I tried DoorDash. I tried Uber. It's not working how I wanted it to or how it used to. I tried catering. They just flipped the switch on me. And now I'm sick of all of this. Let me do it for myself. So that's why I put that one thing in there and I say, hey, look, prepare yourself. You just might get something lucrative on the platform you're trying to walk away from. But at the same time, you have to be prepared. That private client won't be as busy.
Well, it's what we've talked about before, like I said, when I was with Walmart, I used to always stay ahead, know what's going on. That way I could see the wave. That way I knew how I needed to surf it. And people got hit by the wave, and now they're trying to learn how to swim.
Why you calling my name, Tyler? I'm listening, though. I'm listening to you, brother.
He
just put Brian in the chat, just Brian. Like
he does that.
Like why? All right. But go ahead.
But yeah, we got all these people who are pissed off with the DoorDash games, the Uber games.
Yeah, for years.
DT doing what? You'd think they've been fed up before, but I think it's a multitude of this year. Everything happened at the worst time of the year for everything to happen right during summer slowdown, and they're officially now like, okay, that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
I don't think so.
I do. I think this was all the straw that broke the camel's back, because if they've been pissed off, why did they wait till now to quit and try and do something for themselves?
You talking about Deliver That or DoorDash?
I'm talking the whole kit and fucking caboodle.
Okay, call me a conspiracy theorist when I say this, but I believe summer slowdown does not exist.
I totally believe it does, but not the way people think it does.
What I mean when I say that, I don't mean that, You turn on your app all year and you make good money or great money. And then when the summertime hits, everything slows down. I'm not saying that. I believe summer slowdown doesn't exist because it's like a flip of the switch that is intentionally flipped for whatever the reason. I don't have the facts to explain or proof to explain or to show that I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just saying, in a city like mine, is there a college in just about every city or close by or nearby every city in the United States? Maybe.
Shit, there's at least one or two.
Right. And if you are in a college town, I could see why, if majority of the orders that you get are going to colleges, I could see why, hey, if it's summertime, they're on summer break, maybe you may consider summer slowdown. But I truly believe
Ricky,
it's a flip of the switch. What's up?
Ricky Moss, I think it's oversaturated during the summer because kids graduating can't find a job quick and they sign up for the apps. And the teachers aren't working during the summer, some of them. And that's exactly why I was saying I believe summer slowdown is real, but it's not for the reasons people think it is. I think it's a bunch of the fact that teachers aren't working, colleges aren't in school. You got all them students that were in college who didn't have a job, and they do this for the thing. So your colleges slow down because there's nobody there, and they move back to the towns where it was kind of okay, and now the market is oversaturated. I think it's totally like you can see the writing on the wall. Like school's getting out, college is getting out for the most part because not a lot of people do summer things. And now there's a shit ton of people trying to do the same job all at the same time.
So help me understand this part. Why isn't the restaurants even more crowded with dashers?
I think that varies city by city. I can't speak on Miami.
Of course, we're gonna definitely vary it by on a per city basis. But in a city like mine, you would expect, hey, people come here for summer vacation. We got all kind of stuff going on here, right? Okay, so you would expect to see a lot more people in stores or doing DoorDash. It's still the same one or two. There's a lot more people in the restaurants because they're kids and whatnot. They're sitting in, they're dining in, or they're taking out. But the number's still the same, generally speaking. So speak from your perspective, John.
Okay,
During the summer, do you see the same amount of dashers in the stores waiting, or?
Oh fuck no! It's doubled minimum.
So it's doubled for you. So your town,
both of them.
Okay, cool. But like I said at the beginning, call me a conspiracy theorist when I say I believe those drivers get priority. A flip of the switch.
Are you talking about the old ones or the new ones?
The ones that don't work as much.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do.
That's why I say summer slowdown does not exist from my perspective, because the flip of the switch gives those drivers priority. It might be some kind of referral bonus. It might be a challenge that you haven't seen in forever, right? It might come as work for $20 an hour in this specific area and you are guaranteed to make it or whatever. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's like it will come as something to keep those dashers or Uber Eats drivers enticed to keep wanting to work the platform, but they haven't worked the platform for maybe 9 months out of the 10 months they're in school. right? In
Yep.
total, because of the summer, the little vacations they have here and there with the holidays, but whatever, maybe 9 months total. But they are now being offered quests with Uber Eats. They're being offered promos, and the flip of the switch goes to them for priority, which makes a dasher or a gig worker like ourselves that are out there more than them see a slowdown because we're not prioritized. They are. So that's where the switch kicks in. And I'm like, I don't believe summer slowdown exists because of what I've experienced. You might have seen more dashers in your market, and cool. You might see more dashers at the restaurants for pickups. But me, I'm seeing this. We've been oversaturated. So I'm like, but wait, how can a Tuesday, which was my slowest day of the week, be so freaking busy?
Okay. So that's been my biggest bitch about the entire gig tubing universe is every gig tuber complains about Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm like, those are my best fucking days of the week. Every week. But those are supposedly the slowest days everywhere across the world. Explain that one.
I mean, all right, repeat it. Say it again. I want to digest every word.
Pedro, Chuck, Zach drives fast, Kim side money plants, just to name those four, all say Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, and Bree, are their worst days, their slowest days. But every time I go out and work on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I'm making bank.
I mean, there are logical explanations. I know some cities, some small towns, everything shuts down by what we consider dinner time. Some places shut down by 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and everybody goes home.
That's when I go home.
So you're in one of those types of towns? That's what you're saying?
No, for me, because I have issues driving at night.
All right, so look.
I leave at 6.
Look. This is not a debate whether I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. It's not a debate. It's more of
shit don't make sense.
It's yeah, you're right. Exactly. It just does not make sense. Like, how come? All right, when I first came into the gig space and I had a really great understanding of how to go out there and get my money with multi-apping and everything, this was my thought process. People get paid on Fridays, Mondays, Wednesdays, right? Just depends. Some people get paid on the 1st and 15th, right? Just depends on what time of the month, like that land on. Some people get paid at the end of the month, right? So
right.
The most consistent is people get paid every Friday. So the weekend would always be the best time to work, right?
Right.
But what person get paid on a Tuesday? Some people get paid on Thursdays too. But let's just say a Tuesday or a Wednesday used to always be my slowest days of the week. Going from the weekend, this was my thought process. Oh, man, I'm a party all weekend. Boom, 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 boom. Sunday, I got to go back to work on Monday. Breakfast time on Monday, you better get out there because the person didn't have time on Sunday evening to cook dinner or whatever. And they were partying all weekend, and now they just need a coffee. They need something for breakfast because it's been a long weekend. So they'll spend that money that they earned on Friday at the very last on Monday. That was my thought process. But as time went on, with DoorDash now having over 10 million drivers, and Uber has, I don't even know how many Uber got, but something's off. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to experiment or to investigate this, but I just believe summer slowdown or any throttling experience that we experience is that's all it is. It's a throttle. There's no such thing as a summer slowdown, in my opinion. It's just more of, hey, you've been working all year. We need to get those drivers over there to want to work even more. So what you probably won't do, because our algorithm knows what you are going to do, our AI knows what you're going to do, let's get them the promos to get all of these orders done. So they receive priority, which limits our priority by being throttled. I don't believe that there might be a slight dip in order volume. However many customers are placing orders. I agree with that because people leave town, they go out of town, but not everybody and their mama leaving the city. How many RVs and stuff you see driving out of town, like, unless there's like some major catastrophic thing that's coming, whatever, some major hurricane or whatever, then be like, hey, evacuate. Ain't nobody leaving like that. People coming in, especially in Florida. You know, we got them nice beaches.
Got the nice bitches.
I'm just saying, man. You know?
Well, let me get off of here. I know other people want to talk.
Man, ain't nobody else called in.
If you speak his name thrice, he'll show up.
Yeah, I know they would. But I'm just saying, unless you want to go, I'm not going to hold you. But I'm just saying, like, think about that. It's at the end of the day, I'm not trying to change your mind, but I just don't believe that any kind of slowdown exists.
No, I agree with you a little bit. Like, I think
it's fine. Yeah, disagree.
I think 50%, and that's just because of where I'm at. I see people that I don't recognize every summer, but I also agree with you that they're getting priority, and that also puts on there. So I want to say it ain't 100% like legit, but maybe a solid 50. And it's only because 25% is because of them getting priority to try and keep them in the pool. That way DoorDash has more drivers. But at the same time, there's more people working too. So there's a little bit of, there's not as much water in the bucket for me type thing. I think it's a combination of all that.
But look at this. Remember in the whole catering conversation that I was having with Nola Grind, I said, I've never had a slow summer. Maybe you missed that conversation, but I was telling him.
I was there for that.
Okay.
And like, I didn't want to bring it up because Expedite just had this giggy GG whatever thing.
Yeah.
Haven't had an order on delivered in like 3 months. The day that I'm allowed to do that, I get 2 orders. And then I get 2 more orders that were shit. I decline them, and I haven't had anything since.
Okay, all right. But let's not steer too far away from this, right? I've never had a slow summer with catering. But the minute that all of them decide to change stuff, oh, it's the slowest summer ever. It's a flip of the switch. It's a flip of the switch from my perspective. It's a flip of the switch. It's just like you can't be in a Miami market and everybody flocks here for summer. Like people might leave here, yeah, but they are flocking here for summer. And there's a summer slowdown? Hell no. Florida. Let's just call Florida. People are flocking to Florida for summer vacation, for Labor Day weekend, Memorial weekend. They trying to get the most fun out of their year. They flocking to Florida. And you talking about a summer slowdown? Maybe it's slow down over in other markets, but I don't believe there's a slowdown here. And not because of oversaturation, because we got too many restaurants. But that's just my opinion. So, anyway, before we hang up, John, are you prepared? Are you prepared well, I don't know how much you're really moving into doing your own thing, but are you prepared for volume? Do you feel you could handle it by yourself, or would it be more beneficial for you to just keep doing your thing with DoorDash, but create something and have people do it for you?
I'd rather do it myself,
Mm-hmm.
or with people close to me that I trust. I'm not really prepared for anything because I don't know how to prepare.
But the only way to learn how to prepare is to actually do it.
Exactly. And I got to be able to get to do it.
No, no, no.
Right now, I'm trying to.
No, I don't mean like doing whatever it is that you're getting into. What I'm saying is to actually get that thing started, whether you have people doing it for you or doing it yourself. There are things that's going to come up that you just could not prepare for, and then you have to handle it then.
Oh, I'm good at that. I'm usually good at flying from a hip. So
No, I'm not doubting that. What I'm saying is like in the end, experience is the best teacher. That's all I'm saying.
yes,
And that's it. You know, there are things you could try to be prepared for. Oh man, I got to be prepared for this. You could have a whole 1,000 item checklist. Everything is checked off, but that 1,001, damn. And then next thing you know, it feels like your whole world is crumbling down because of that 1,001 you didn't prepare for. You all right? You fell down?
no, I'm good. Had to move some things.
Okay,
But
I'm about to say. So,
if I don't hang up,
Mhm.
we're gonna have an accident. So I gotta go.
okay, now he running away from the question. Okay, all right, no problem.
I'll be back in a second.
All right, bro. Later. All right, it's to peak interest in new drivers and non-consistent drivers. Use your fingers and type. Okay, hold up. Let's get back to this. All right. I didn't flock to Florida, but I did drive there. I didn't fly to Florida, but I did drive there. I didn't clock. Yo, Lisa, what you got going on? Ah. I know in that conversation with John, I didn't engage much with the chat, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, when it comes down to the experience, everybody wants a great experience. And I can't blame them for that. But if you have an understanding of all levels, you can then make a better decision on how you're going to proceed. Again, I was contacted asking how to go about doing certain things, but everything that the driver said to me, and when I responded to them and I said, so how are you going to handle that? In their mind, they were saying like, oh, I'm going to handle it. But you could work so hard to get your first client or however many client or whatever client, and you could lose them just like that by just one little bitty mistake. So it's like, man, even if you may want to transition away from DoorDash, can you really? If catering is really is not popping like you wanted it to, like, can you really? Can you really transition away from using a platform like DoorDash? DoorDash is definitely part of. I feel like it's ingrained in us for us to like turn the app on and want to have such a great experience that we would just say, you know what, let's go for platinum because it makes us feel more productive. It's a psychological thing of productivity. I think, Lisa, you put in the chat somewhere here where you said something like, the biggest lie. I don't want to go back I don't think you called it a lie, but when people are saying like, for you to make money, you got to keep your wheels turning. I believe these platforms, they really use that, and they say, okay, let's use that to our advantage and let them keep their wheels turning to make money. Let's keep their wheels turning. So in the end, no matter what level that you're at or what way that you choose to pivot, you then have new challenges, and those new challenges, you will then have to try to figure out how to navigate those challenges. Whether you are a dasher, you don't want to do catering, you don't want to get your own thing, no problem. How do you navigate DoorDash? And John decided to navigate DoorDash as a platinum driver. Some people will look at the $80 that he made in the 5.5 hours. Excuse me. The $80 that he made in the 5.5 hours might not be great money for someone else that may be making $100 in 5.5 hours. But he's navigating DoorDash to benefit him in a way that other dashers might not want to. The experience for him is not the experience I have. I want to navigate DoorDash the way he does, but DoorDash is making me sit on my ass for 3 hours to get to that status of platinum. And I can't do that because I do have to make money. All right. But me going from that to catering, it turns into like, man, there's opportunities here when you see the relationships that you have built. There's opportunities. Then you hear these negative comments, these negative experiences these restaurants are having, which then makes you want to provide them a better experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. But can you handle it if you decide to move on to your own thing and offer a service to that restaurant to deliver their catering? One thing you may not have access to is the volume. And if you don't have access to the volume, you will you will have to take into consideration the amount of orders that would come in at the same time for you to handle. Now, I'm going to throw something at you as I wrap up here. You are not that special to think that a restaurant will just call you whenever they need you. You might have opportunities like that, but you're not that special to think that, they're just going to just give it to you because you are such a great driver. And that's not discouraging words. That's a moment of looking yourself in the mirror and having that tough conversation with yourself and saying, I'm not that special. They're not just going to, because I'm such a great driver, I'm not just going to go out there and just have this conversation with them, the GM or the owner, and they're just going to start giving me their orders for me to choose from and just live a better life as a gig worker or make my own money. You're not that special. At the end, they want to make money. They want something efficient. And if you're not efficient enough for them, then they will go where they are complaining about. Tough conversation. But not many drivers not many drivers think about that part. We are not that special to these restaurants. Even if they complain. I'm trying to find a metaphor here. I know in relationships, do you know of anyone, if whoever's watching still, put it in the chat. Do you know of anyone that may be a close relative or a friend or whoever that complains about the person that they are with? They complain like hell. And in your mind, you like, well, why the hell you still there? Why the hell you with them? Leave them. but you're not going to say those words to them because in the end, you want to let them handle their business. It's like the same type of thing. They're going to complain. They're going to complain. They're going to complain. But they're still going to use the same service. Anyway, gig wise, you would need a fleet of drivers. You can if you have the credentials for it. Maybe. But, fam, I'm not even going to hold you longer than I have already. I mean, the conversation, I don't know if it was easy to follow along what my points were, but if you were able to, kudos to you, because, boy, I will take you down a rabbit hole sometimes, all right? It ain't broke, so they don't fix it, but they still want a better experience. How many Mickey D's or Taco Bell get your order wrong and y'all keep going back? See, but it's not. The perspective I'm talking from is the restaurant. You want to give them a better experience because the drivers that they get to deliver their catering is not doing a great job through the platform that's picking it up. So you then decide, man, I want to give you a better experience. So you choose to have that conversation with them. And when you choose to have that conversation with them, what they're not telling you is, even if we complain about this platform, they're still knocking out all of these orders. We had 100 orders this week. They messed up 10 of them, but we got 90 of them done. That's the conversation they're not having with you. And then they're going to expect you to handle the same volume. If you come in with, hey, I can help you out. But if you don't have that fleet to handle the 90 and turn that 90 into 100 completed and flawless deliveries, for them to put your business over the catering platform that picked up, they will always continue to use that 90% of orders platform. They'll be like, oh, we'll probably lose 10, but we'll just get 90 done. This guy right here, we just got to give him like 1. We just give him 1 or 2 or 3 a week, and he good to go. You're not going to get that volume unless they put their full trust in you. But in order for them to have that full trust in you, you then have to you can't be the one doing all of them because you can't. That's the part some drivers don't take into consideration. This is what I've been saying for a long time about personal direct partnerships. It boils down to the fact I'm only one driver. I cannot take care of all the orders. Exactly. You are in a tier 1 market. There is a good chance you would be the last one to notice a slowdown if there is one. I gotta laugh at that though, because being in a tier 1 market, that came from a Deliver That conversation. So at the end of the day, I get it, but I experienced a slowdown here. So what do you gotta call that, woodcutter? What can you call that? I experienced a slowdown here. 3 hours, no orders, bro. So anyway, fam, again, I don't know if it was difficult to follow along with the conversation. Maybe it wasn't, because a lot of you were chatting in the chat, but at the same time, it's a lot to think about for me. I literally try to sit down and try to put all of these things, all these pieces to the puzzle together
and have a general understanding of all of it to then know how to proceed. And I like to see what's in front of me before I decide to take my first step or my second step or third or whatever. I like to see what's in front of me, you know, like my sight is everything. So if you can see what I'm saying, then cool. If you can't see it, then maybe that's not a conversation you are ready to have. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to let y'all go. And so I'm going to tell y'all, have a great night. Maybe if you heard some things that maybe you needed to hear, I don't know, you know, rewind it and watch it again. Or maybe if you misunderstood a lot of what I was saying, maybe rewind it and just play it again. Maybe it'll, you know, something, hopefully there was some value in it. So y'all be safe out there. Make your decisions. Make the best decisions for yourself with whatever the situation that you're in, whether you are doing DoorDash, or I should say gig work in the form of just food delivery, on-demand food delivery, or catering, or even running your own business. It can be lucrative on each level, but it's all about how you handle each level. So be safe out there. Make wise decisions for yourself and your future from any lane that you choose to take, and get your money.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get him, I got him, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, all them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been duck dog, getting in my new merch, colored duck sauce on the new couch with my chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a hawk guy on the ball cat, get the out of my face.
Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the